Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Dr. Reese Live. Tonight is episode 128.
Wow.
Yep, getting close. I am your host, Coach Sean. Alongside with me is Coach Karen, always in the members room. And we got Coach Tamara with us in the socials. And, of course, our only head-to-toe healer doctor, Dr. Kevin Reese. How are you doing tonight?
Feeling like an excellent fake doctor tonight.
Oh, yeah?
Everything's good. We're gonna get some stickers for everyone to put everywhere. It says, "I love my fake doctor."
Yeah.
And then it'll say, "Dr. Kevin Reese" on the corner. And you go put them on stop signs. Go to your local medical office too, and put them on the water fountains.
Yeah.
Boom.
I love my fake doctor.
So, as most know, the Red Book is coming out Friday. Oh, maybe you didn't know that. It was going to be December 17th, but we pushed it to Friday, the 13th.
Dun, dun, dun.
So the Red Book does come out. We call it the Red Book. There's no reason to say the name of it. And, yeah, it'll be a new era.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was on the phone with somebody, and they said, I'm definitely getting that red book because Dr. Reese is, what he says is gangster. It was like a 70-year-old woman. It was the funniest thing. It caught me completely off guard.
Well, you know, there is an emoji with a red book.
Really?
So after Friday, what you do is you go into the comments and you put the red book emoji. Just red book, red book, red book, red book.
Yeah.
So the people that don't know will catch on real quick and get the red book. Yeah.
It's going to be big.
So, yeah, I think this book is going to be a game changer. And like I've been saying, it's a wake-up call. And so it's going to be on everyone to get duplicate copies or multiple copies, I should say, because it's not about them reading it. I mean, I'm sure you'll read it, but it's not for you. It's for someone that's asleep.
Yeah.
So, you want to give this to your loved one who's struggling. You want to give it to your friend who is going to get gallbladder surgery in a few weeks, and you're like, no. But see, your friends and family, your loved ones don't listen to you because they already have a prejudgment on you. And so the more you try and wake them up, the more annoyed they get with you, right? So you just give them this. You let me be the bad guy. I'll be the bad guy. You can be, it's good cop, bad cop. You're the good cop. The members are the good cop, and I'm the bad cop, and that's fine. And you blame it on me. you just pop this book down on their coffee table or their living room floor. Just put it on the floor. It stands out. It's a red book. They're going to be like, what's that?
It's the red book.
It's the red book. So, that's that. And pay attention to the chapter called Wanted, Dead or Alive.
Interesting.
Well, it's interesting that I wrote that, and then right after the healthcare incident happened.
Really?
Where
yeah.
the CEO was murdered. So, yeah.
Yeah, some interesting things are happening. 2025 is going to be an interesting year.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Shall we get into our topic for today?
Yeah, let's do it.
So,
speaking of attacks.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of attacks. So, recently, you got attacked by a whole news association.
Yeah.
They made an article on you and everything.
Yeah.
It says trending.
It's trending?
Yeah.
Well,
It says it at the top. Brandon Bajella wrote this
Shout,
article.
shout out to Brandon.
It says the title is "I Know They're a Classic." That's how you start the video. Man issues Ritz crackers warning and says they're a part of the poor for foods.
That's good promotion for the poor four foods right there. That's a headline of a news article. What's the article? What's the platform?
Daily Dot.
Daily Dot. Shout out to Daily Dot. Thank you. You just put a whole, but don't they have like 1 million followers?
Yeah, Facebook.
They just put 1 million people onto the poor four foods.
They say, is he right?
Is he right? Yeah.
Now, he goes into his own thing and he says, my entire family grew up with Ritz crackers as a staple in our pantry. But he doesn't say the health of his family right now. Mainly, he just goes into why this man says Ritz crackers is bad. He mentions how you have over 1.2 million views on this one video alone, and that he's not a medical doctor or physician, and who holds a doctorate in holistic nutrition and healing from an online distant learning institution.
He doesn't understand I'm a fake doctor. I've been telling you for a long time.
It's like, you're not, like, it's no jab. Like, you literally say you're the face doctor. It's weird. It's like, yeah, he's not a doctor. He's like, he knows that. He says it. And he goes into saying like how eating Ritz crackers is probably not a good idea. And that the reason being that they're full of oils. So that's the one thing that you promote. And he goes into is any of this true? Reese has previously gone viral for making dubious claims.
Dubious. What's the definition? Tamra, what's the definition of dubious?
I don't know.
We got to find out the definition of dubious. This man is calling me dubious.
Including that
I
dementia
got it.
can be reversed.
Hold on,
You got
Levi's
it.
got
It's
it.
hesitating or doubting, or not to be relied upon. Suspect.
Suspect.
Suspect claims.
Okay, suspect claims.
And he's referring to the dementia can be reversed video, a statement not supported by mainstream science. And asking questions like, if medication actually worked, would you still need to fill your prescription over and over and over again?
So that's cool. He's promoting the other videos,
And he goes into,
Screen share.
to start, ignoring the fact that Ritz crackers also contains gluten, which he does not mention. So he's getting you. He's saying that you didn't even mention that Ritz crackers has gluten in it, but it's a given. It's a pour four. It's almost all of the pour fours besides fried. And that it should be noted that there's no scientific consensus that oils in general are bad for you. So as long as they are consumed in moderation, which that's completely not true. Looking at Dr. Wallach. Just mainly going into why Ritz crackers are not sold. He's just trying to break down your video, I guess. He even posts your video on the page.
There you go.
Even more views. That's crazy. And then how commenters share their thoughts. In the comment section, users weren't fully on board with Dr. Reese's claims. I beg to differ. He's cherry picking.
Yeah, he's cherry picking the comments.
If we go to the actual video, you'll see like all of the various comments of people that have cut Ritz crackers out. And then he goes to someone that says, no lie, my entire family grew up with Ritz crackers as a staple in our pantry. My mom died at 90. 2 years ago, my aunt just died at 95, says the commenter. You're silly. I just don't think people understand the difference of foods now compared to foods then. I feel like what you eat growing up heavily influences what the rest of your life looks like. And so there's a reason why kids are getting sicker at early ages now than before. There's a reason why diabetes is used to be called adult onset, and they had to take out the name because kids were getting it. So, I mean, it doesn't take much to look into it. But what do you think about that?
Well, I think that it was a nice promotion piece, I guess. I did have some people reach out to me with the link, like, hey, did you see this? So it's definitely circulating. And it's just going to get worse or better, however you look at it.
Yeah.
It's just going to get more. So, and then we also almost got canned again, shut down, canceled on TT.
Yeah.
And we appealed and we won. So we came this close to losing the TT account again. So clearly people are trying to shut us down. And I have no idea why.
Yeah, there's actually no reason they don't state at all on the warning or anything. There's nothing. Yeah.
Nope.
They had an entire apology email for you.
Yeah, we apologize for any
inconvenience.
Yeah. But I think, I hit a chord because people are very attached to food.
Yeah.
And so in this case, there's all these people so attached to the Ritz crackers. And I'm saying Ritz crackers is bad news.
When were Ritz crackers made? Like, when were they?
Oh, it's one of the first packaged foods, I think, in America.
Really?
Or in the world, really. Yeah. So, I mean, I just did a video last week on soda. So, maybe I got to make another Ritz crackers video. That's
Maybe you gotta poke the bear.
yeah. I think we should do another Ritz. Look,
But-
it doesn't matter how many people view a video I make. It's not like Ritz crackers is going to go down the chute. Like, they're not going to go bankrupt. You know what I mean? Like, they're too powerful. That's one of the themes in the Red Book is, these companies are giants. So one guy isn't going to take them down. I'm not doing any harm. It's just a chihuahua barking.
Yeah.
Just walk away. It's all good. But I need to get people to wake up. And so even if it's only 1 million people out of 8 billion, that's pretty good. Or if it was 100,000 people, it's pretty good. So yeah, Ritz crackers taste good. Most junk food does. It's got that buttery flavor. I haven't had a Ritz cracker in probably 20 years, but I remember exactly what it tastes like.
Yeah.
It's all buttery and fluffy.
Dangerous.
Yeah. You eat a whole box, But it's pour four. It's got gluten. It's got oils. So.
What are you gonna do?
So thank you to the Daily Dot for promoting the Pour Four Foods. Hopefully people will go buy the book and maybe they buy the cookbook and learn about the Pour Four Foods,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to hop over into the members room and see if Karen had any comments about the whole controversy with the Daily Dot, and if any of the members had anything to add to this topic.
With that, just to, one of our members, Deborah, was saying Ritz crackers started in 1934.
Wow.
So they've been a long time. But the question is, which a lot of us ask these questions these days, are they still using the original recipe? Or
Wow.
is it different? That's one thing. if you do a sequel to your Ritz cracker topic, that might be something to look into, because I bet they were probably healthier way back in 1934,
Mm.
because there's so many foods that we have on our shelves today in the pretty boxes that attract small kids. I mean, they put all the food down at eye level for children, so that way they pull on their mom or dad's heartstrings to buy this garbage food that is going to make them unwell. So, and with Ritz crackers, I know I grew up with them too. And they always say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, my dad still has them in his house because they're a faith, and he just kind of hits his belly and says, "They're preservatives. They're preserving me." So,
Oh, that's great. At least he's got humor.
yeah, he does. He's 86, but he's not necessarily in the most healthy condition
Mm.
because of those foods. And the other challenge that we find, especially during the holidays, this time of year, there are so many traditions that are wrapped around the poor four foods.
Oh yeah.
And, whether it's getting together with your family and making holiday cookies, or you get together for Christmas parties or holiday parties, and they have the spread of foods, and they're always chips, dips, crackers, dips. I mean, we're going into the landmine every single day. All of our members, and us included, we have to have a plan before we go into these environments.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, don't sabotage yourself this holiday season. Stay firm, and we're live every day, so come to a meeting.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the best way to go about it. If, just working on strategies, we can help you work on strategies to avoid consuming these foods, what to do in emergency mode, or just to talk to like-minded people. I think that's the best resource you have. Anything else from the members, Karen?
Yeah, but to add on to what you were just saying,
Mhm.
is when, I'm sure you've encountered this, and so is Coach Tamra, is when we talk to people on the phone and they're inquiring about what our program has to offer, they are so refreshed in the fact that once they get into our membership, they're with other like-minded people that are striving to do the same things, which is learning how to heal their body, or, well, getting their body in a position so it can heal itself. And that's what we strive to do. We have a virtual membership that is a teaching environment where we give you the tools to understand and listen to your body more, so that way when an ache or a pain happens, you're more in tune with it and you know what to do. And that's what's ideal. So for those that are outside of our Zoom room, that are on the fence of what do we do, the first thing to do is get on a call with us and we'll talk to you about the process, but get a head to toe analysis, because it's important for us to get to the root causes of what's happening. Because if you don't know what's happening, it's like you're throwing darts at a dartboard with a blindfold on. And so we're here to help bridge that gap. But let's get back to our members and see what they have to say. Deb in our Zoom room was saying she can't stand butter, but she uses it with all of her baking, so she doesn't have to, but she won't touch it. But butter's actually on the good list. It's not on the naughty list.
As long as you don't burn it.
Ghee is great to try as well.
Yep.
And then Angelo's in the room, and I must have missed this video, but he says Dr. Reese said in a late video that he's 177 years old.
Wait, what?
For some reason, I believe that. You look 177 years old, but your formula makes sense. So apparently your formula
The
is
last YouTube video that came out, which was yesterday, right, Levi? It was yesterday.
Yep.
Yes, I made the announcement that I'm 177 years old, and yeah, I mean, I'm like Yoda out here, you know? Just gonna roll over and disappear at any moment.
you just keep us guessing.
Yeah.
For sure. I was asking people in the Zoom what were some of the foods that they grew up with, and Wendy was saying she grew up eating saltines. So
Yeah.
saltine, I guess that would also be on the naughty list,
Yeah.
wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's got wheat.
Yep.
There's good alternatives.
I used to be big in the Triscuits.
Oh,
I used to love Triscuits. I used to think I was like, oh, this is better than a potato chip, you know. But it's pour four. It's still pour four. So.
Well, and what's so difficult about it is they are addicting, and once you get accustomed to that, then it's habitual, and also it's more of a coping skill. A lot of times people that we talk to, they have cravings for certain foods or certain items because, well, they want to avoid something else, and so they go to food. But the thing is once they start in our membership and they get accustomed to getting the right nutrition, getting their body supported with the posture alignment therapy and working on mindfulness, having that nutrition element, all those cravings just go away. And they're shocked because usually people going into January, their big goal is to lose weight. With our program, it just seems like losing weight, that's the side effect.
Yeah.
But in a
Yeah. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Did you have any other comments, Karen?
yeah, I've got to put them in a different format because I can't read them all on one screen here.
It's okay.
Let me see what I can do. So Denise was saying since before Thanksgiving and anticipation for the holidays, I planned a menu shopped. I've got to scroll over if there's more words here. Shopped only for pour four foods. The challenge for me is being among friends and families who bring over the non-pour four foods. And I've been able to resist consuming them because I always consume my own before. So I know the pain of the other foods, what the pain of the other foods will cause me. So she avoids them.
Yeah.
She said it's been easy for her to resist because she carries her fresh fruits like grapes, apple slices, sliced cucumbers, and she drinks her water.
Good. Well done.
Me and my mom for the holidays, we've always tried a game of seeing who can tell what foods are pour for food friendly, or like you just don't have any gluten or aren't fried or anything along those lines. Most of the time, I would say the majority of the time, actually, nobody can tell. Because when it's good food, it's just good food. You don't have to have certain ingredients to have good food. And so it's always a little fun game. And everybody always fails because it's not really noticeable when you do it correctly. And I think that's just what it's all about. We're conditioned to think that we need these ingredients for it to taste good. And it's just not true. You can be healthy and eat good food at the same time. Before we head over to Tamara, did you have any other comments from the members, Karen?
Yeah, one of our members was saying, what about rice cakes?
It's gluten-free usually. And the only thing with rice cakes, okay, I'm going to tell you right now, is they can constipate you. If you go overboard and you have 5 rice cakes with something, you might become a chocolate hostage.
What?
Now listen, just a little. In this book, it explains what a chocolate hostage is. It's actually a medical term. It's in the medical lingo section of the
Really?
Red Book. It is a term that the medical monopoly people use for constipated people.
I thought you made that up.
No,
That's such a you term, though.
no,
Chocolate
no, no.
hostages. Come
There's
on.
also a yellow submarine. There's a FUBA. There's a PETA. There's a Gomer. There's a turfer. These are all terms they use behind your back. And you'll learn about that in this book, the Red Book. I'm telling you, this little thing is a weapon. It's a weapon of mass destruction right here.
So this is nothing like what you used to write.
No.
Wow.
But yeah, I think that, you know, with the new year coming and with so many people trying to get in the door and inquire about our virtual learning membership that we have. It's pretty exclusive. We don't just put it out there like, hey, join our membership. We're looking for the right people. And so the best first step, I just want to reiterate, is getting that head to toe analysis. And if you want to do that, then call drreese.com. It's that simple. Call drreese.com, hop on the phone with Sean, Karen, or Tamra and talk it through, because the analysis needs to happen. It's the aha moment they need, right, Karen?
Absolutely. Well, and what's amazing is I love how we've structured things, because there are so many programs out there and different things pulling you in a variety of directions to get your attention. But what I really enjoy what we do is we get to know the people that we're working with.
Yeah.
The people, and you don't get that. Usually you go to a website or you make a phone call to an organization and you get in that phone tree that goes on for 20 minutes and then you get to the end and you never even got to the person you wanted to talk. We actually set time aside for you. And so whether that's by phone or Zoom where we can see you in person, well, via video, but still, there's a connection there, and it's so nice to have that. It's just different. And so if you're looking for something where you're in a community where people truly care and you want to improve your health and well-being so you can age gracefully and not be a burden on your friends and family, we might be the right place for you.
Yeah, I did an interview today because, you know, I'm on like a little Zoom podcast tour thing, and he was asking me, like, you know, how do you see these things in the photos? And I'm like, well, first of all, you know, they're not wearing their full clothes. I need to see their spine. I need to see their ankles, their knees, their hips, their shoulders. I need to see everything so that I can see if there's bulging discs or if there's bunions coming or there's flat feet, high arch. You know, all these things, some people don't even know they have it. And so it's just one of the perks of the head-to-toe analysis, because they may not even know that they have something coming. You know? So what's been happening on the phone lines for you this week, Sean? You're on the phone so much. I saw the numbers Monday. I'm like, geez, Sean's on the phone a lot. Talking to all your new friends. Because they're
I want to ask the chat to just, how many calls do you think Sean does in a month? Guess.
yeah, put your number in.
Put your numbers in the chat.
A lot of it is people are doing their research, which is odd. I expected a slowdown this month, but I can tell that people are doing the research and they're genuinely interested in what you have to say. Like, I've had one or two people that, you know, clearly it wasn't for them. But the majority of the rest of the people, they were pretty on board. All they need to know is like, what is the process? What do we offer? How do we get from point A to point B as far as the analysis? The main thing was posture, and me explaining to people how both nutritional deficiencies and posture can influence each other. But I mean, that's it. They've been fun calls, honestly. It's fun to talk to the people and then see them on the other side and see them get better.
Do you ever get trolls?
No,
Okay.
not at all. Most people are pretty serious.
Well, that's the whole point of them scheduling,
Yeah.
right? If they're not serious, they may schedule and just no show, right?
Yeah. That happens.
Yeah.
And we do have like a reserve list for that now, which it kind of helps. But yeah, that I would say is the most trolling we would get is if someone no shows.
No shows.
But yeah, surprisingly, no trolls.
So to those at home, take it serious. Call drreese.com. That's the website. You schedule your call. You hop on the phone with either Sean, Karen, or Tamara, whoever's available, and you talk your situation through.
Yeah, that's
And-
mainly what you're doing.
And then when you're ready, you pull the trigger on the analysis. And then I will evaluate your body, and you will walk away with a video 7 to 10 minutes long that no doctor, no chiropractor, no other health professional in the world can do. And then you learn the root causes of everything. And that gives you the aha moment. Once you have the aha moment, then you can make the big decision on whether to join our virtual learning membership or not. And then we teach you how to do head to toe healing.
Yeah, give you everything, the whole outline.
Because you need to save you. You can't call 911 for migraines. You can't call 911 for fibromyalgia, arthritis, stenosis, bunions, the list goes on. You have to save you. And that can be done by going to calldrreese.com.
That's where it starts.
That's where you want to go. Talk to the coaches, talk your situation through.
Absolutely. Oh. All right. Before we head over to Tamara, I just want to check back in with Karen. How you doing?
Oh, I'm good. So one of our members here is saying, I'm on day 4
Oh,
and I don't feel great yet. Is that normal?
healing is a verb. I'll take that one for you. This is not what we have to get out of what we have to unlearn from the medical system is that one, we're not going to target specific diseases and we're not going to give you specific nutrients for specific issues. Dr. Reese is never going to say, hey, that you need vitamin D for that. Or if that's arthritis, we have an arthritis protocol because everything he's doing is zoomed out. When you zoom in, you miss the rest of the body. High blood pressure, everybody's always focused on, oh, it's a heart issue. No, it's a full body issue. Arthritis, oh, it's just in my joint, so I just need to focus on exercises in my joint. No, you don't. It's a full body issue. There's nutritional deficiencies. There's a misalignment. Again, another one of the sayings is very rarely is the site of the pain or dysfunction ever the source. So sometimes it's the shoulders and you're focused on the wrist. That's why physical therapy doesn't work. So chiropractic doesn't work. Another thing is basically this whole membership is designed. It's a learning. So you're never just going to take a pill and just feel better instantly. That's what we are learning from the medical system. Instant gratification, We have the pain relievers for pain, PPIs for acid reflux, all of these instant gratification, instant relief. And that's just not it. If you were dealing with an issue for years and years and years, it's not going to disappear within 4 days. You know, it's going to take time. The body's pretty resilient. It doesn't need 30, 40, 50 years to resolve the issue, but you need to give your body grace and time to actually reverse and start healing. So healing is peaks and valleys. It's a verb. You'll go through peaks and valleys because your body needs to adjust, and then you'll feel good, and then it needs to adjust again. Because again, with posture therapy, you're moving your whole body around. Do you understand what that means? Your shoulders, you can, if you, for those of you that have been with us for 2 or 3 months and you've taken pictures again, you can see your shoulders, your hips, your feet, everything is changing. You don't think that will affect how your body circulates blood, how it circulates lymph, how you feel on a day-to-day basis, the weight distribution, how you feel when you lean to the side, how you feel when you sleep. All of that is being affected. Your muscles are the chiropractors in this instance. Nutritional, same thing. I'm not going to go into a whole spiel on that, but you're doing a lot. Even though this program seems simple, a lot of things are moving at once. A lot of parts are moving. And so although we're not saying all the specifics, we're not giving you all the science because you don't need to know it. The body is taking care of it all. So I don't mean to sound harsh, but you have to give your body grace. Treat your body like a child. And you'll learn this in the 120 program. Just your inner child. Treat your little you like
Little you.
little you. Go to little you. Console little you. Help little you be comfortable with bigger you. Work together to heal and reverse these issues for yourself. And this takes time. Healing takes time. True healing. So I hope that helps out a little bit. I know I did a little bit of spiel, but it's necessary.
There you go.
Real quick, I think I'm going to give Karen a little bit of a break. Thank you. Going to hop over to Coach Tamara really quick, see what's going on in the socials.
Okay.
All over the world.
Going back to the beginning here, hopefully we've got some new people with us today. Whittier Patriot wants to know, is keto and fasting long-term sustainable for type 2 diabetes?
Yeah, I think so.
Just got a lot of comments. Wizard of Raw, there are a lot of sleepers out there as regards to what we were discussing.
Wizard of
earlier.
Raw, is that our buddy Ozzy?
Ozzy.
I haven't heard from Ozzy in a long time.
Shout out to Ozzy.
Osmatic.
Another comment from Whittier Patriot. He's saying that the doctors are always blaming meat for gallbladder problems and not carbs and processed foods.
Yeah. Of course. But what kind of meat? Burnt
yeah.
meat? Fried meat? Meat with nitrates? You know? That's one of the things I talk about in the Red Book is the ambiguous nature of studies and trials. And everything's ambiguous. Nobody gives context. Go ahead,
Right.
Tamara. I like your wolf outfit too.
Thank you. My wolf outfit. It's cold here. Let's see.
You're in California.
But I'm in the mountains in California.
I invite you to Connecticut. I invite you to Connecticut February 1st.
I've been and I brought the rain last time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, that's
Rain
true.
all the time. Someone was just making a comment about them trying to not be a savior, you know, when we're trying to help other people and we want to do the work for them.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I know doing that a lot.
Right.
I actually had a call this week where someone called for someone else in their family to do it for them, you know.
Ozzy, Wizard of Oz, how many decades of donations to cancer research are we going to be bombarded with till we realize these donations are just basically money smuggling?
Yeah, there's a whole chapter about that in the Red Book,
What isn't in the red book?
and it's a whole chapter. It's a whole chapter called "Chasing Cures,"
Chasing cures.
and muscular dystrophy is the main example I use in there.
Interesting.
Johnny's asking how to heal cavities.
We have a whole mouth course inside the membership, so all the information is in there. But your teeth can regenerate. It's hard tissue.
And then someone's asking, is it changing the silver amalgam fillings to gold or porcelain? What would be better?
Our doctor colleague inside the membership usually says porcelain.
Go over to the other social media. Mina wants to know, would you recommend this book, this red book, as an introduction, or one of your previous books first?
Yeah, I think the red book is going to be the best first book for people, and then if they want to move forward, then they can get the head to toe trilogy.
You got to drop them in cold water, then give them a towel.
Yeah, we're leaning towards opening our own shipping center soon, so that we can ship the books ourselves, and that way we can start bundling them. So you can just buy all four at one time, and a wanted dead or alive poster.
A little gift, a little treat.
Jenny says she's healing herself with a different diet, but she has a question about H. pylori.
H. pylori is going to be coming from not enough stomach acid, so we also have a course on that inside of our learning membership.
And Karen's saying, Dr. Reese, how about a book of postural exercises to heal and get the spine back in adjustment and fluids draining from the brain? Is that in the works?
Well, yeah, in my head, I've been writing a book called Computer Athlete, geared towards people that have been at a computer for decades, which is me. But, it's only so much time. I might write a book every year. It doesn't take me long. It takes me a month.
Some people are just asking about how do I become a member?
Well, we don't let just anyone in. You got to get your analysis first. And so call drreese.com, go to that website, schedule your phone call,
Yep.
hop on the phone with a coach, and they'll guide you in the right direction. It's www, if you didn't know, that's World Wide Web dot calldrreese.com.
And questions about, is there help for back pain out there? And also, how do you reverse? What do you do for severe sciatica?
We get rid of sciatica all the time. You go look at our testimonies on the website.
Mm-hmm.
So the how is not important. Just trust and enter, and you'll be fine.
And Georgianne wants to know, she has a comment first. So I'm supposed to be taking rosuvastatin, but I stopped amid all the hype about it being not good for me. My cardiologist stripped me. What do you think about that?
Yeah, the medical monopoly doctor is going to put you down as non-compliant. Yeah, that's all in the red book as well.
Yeah. Also, a question about what advice can you give me about IBS?
Well, it goes away fairly quick in the membership, so no advice. That is the advice.
Jenny has a comment. She says, I work as a personal trainer for a big company here in San Diego, and one of my clients has osteoporosis, and I told her she can help herself. and she said she can't do anything because it runs in the family. Thoughts?
Buy the red book and throw it on her floor, right in front of her feet.
Take that.
Yeah, that's it. If she doesn't pick it up and read it, then she's lost. She's gone. Just let her go.
Let's see here.
People,
Birdie Lake-
everyone
Go
has.
ahead.
They have to save themselves. They have to save themselves. So all we can do is make the light bulb go off.
Yeah. Rose is asking, hello, Dr. Reese. I'm 55 years old, post-menopausal, healthy weight, and no major health issues. I haven't gotten a mammogram since I was 40. Is it safe or unnecessary?
That information's inside the red book. You know, I don't know if you know this. This is a strange, weird fact, but our freedom of speech is most protected in books. Little fun fact for you.
Interesting.
Okay, we have a comment from Mark Reese. Hi, Dr. Reese. Had my phone call with Tamara, and now I'm waiting to hear from you on the head-to-toe evaluation. Looking forward to becoming a member.
Very cool.
Awesome.
Coach Tamara will take care of you.
Absolutely.
She is our wolf lady.
Oh, he said, thank you, Mark, for your comment. That was nice. Thank you.
You got a compliment, Tamara?
Yes.
All right. I just prefer animal fat.
What about keto tortillas?
As long as there's no gluten, oils, fried or fake.
Yeah.
As long as it's pour for free.
Yeah. What is your viewpoint on killing parasites for eradicating sea monster? It's true. As I watched my stage 4, no more, save himself. My stage 4 friend save himself. What's your viewpoint?
I think when you're dealing with the sea monster, it's best to throw the kitchen sink at it. So, yeah, I mean, could it be parasites? Yeah, it could be parasites. But, you know, what's the root cause of parasites? You know, it's stomach acid. So,
And someone's asking about the membership. Is it expensive?
it is $1 million a month. I mean, it won't break
Yeah.
the bank. You'll be fine.
Totally affordable.
Yeah.
No, but it is, it's $55 a month until January 1st. And then it goes up.
Well, if you want to get grandfathered in at the $55 a month, you
Yeah.
need to order before January 1st.
Yeah.
If you order after, then you'll have to pay that new price.
Yeah. Everyone that's in the membership now, you're all grandfathered in. You're all good.
Yeah.
I have a feeling the membership is going to go up probably every year.
Hmm.
I mean, why wouldn't it? And allow me to take this opportunity to talk to our members and say, we have some new additions that we're going to announce next Tuesday. I mean, if you've been around for a while, you know, we keep adding to this thing. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So next Tuesday, we are going to make a very grand announcement.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you'll like what you find.
More classes, more coaches, more content.
More everything.
Really quick, Tamara, I wanted to hop back over to the members room and make sure, you know, there wasn't any questions or comments that Karen had for us.
The little red thing says 75 comments.
Yeah, I know. It's
Dialogue back and forth. Actually, Felicia in our Zoom room had a really good comment. She was saying when somebody goes and gets surgery, there are months of healing afterwards. But what we're doing is different. We're doing our bodies without surgery. Really key.
Ooh, good point.
To listen and honor what we feel Sometimes there's big shifts that are happening in our body. She loves what you shared, Coach Sean. Sometimes it feels like we're doing nothing, but we're really training those muscles to work hard and help us become more balanced and stronger.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, head to toe healing can be very subtle. Very subtle. Like when Angelo told us that he's tying his shoes with no pain. I mean, how subtle can
Yeah.
that? I mean, we get so many people who have knee pain or ankle pain and they're walking up and down the stairs. And all of a sudden, one day, they're like, there's no more pain. But
Exactly.
you don't realize it the day it happens. You realize it like 12 days later, and you're like, wait a
Or
second.
you're just running up the stairs.
Yeah, you're like, wait a second. I haven't had pain in 12 days, but I had this pain for 40 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, you know, it's a beautiful thing, but healing is a verb.
Well, and what some people don't realize is they may have to go through a crisis period. You've always said there might be a healing crisis. So they might have to go through really difficult pain and times first before they get to the other side and feel amazing. And the question is, I mean, you would have to go through that same sort of pain if you had surgery anyway. I mean, day 3 post surgery is horrific when all the pain medication comes off and you just feel awful. So, what's a little bit of pain along the way to get to the other side with us? I mean, and you don't have all the side effects of all the medication
Yeah.
and everything else. So,
You have to go through the pain to get to the peace.
Yeah. Absolutely. I agree. But that's why we're here. Because I feel like that's what's preventing a lot of people from doing it naturally without medical intervention, is because when they do it by themselves and they go through a healing crisis, they feel like they're regressing. And we're here to tell you to keep pressing, because that's actually in the direction of healing. Any more comments, Karen?
Michelle is in the room and she has something, well, she's got something nice to share. So
Oh.
We got a
maybe
victory?
we do have a victory. So maybe if she's open to sharing with us, that would be fantastic about what's going on with her knee
Okay.
or what's not.
Tell me. What do we got?
Yeah, so I became a member like last June, and then I was trying to be doing the PAT all the time. And I know before my knee would click whenever I go upstairs, and I was only 48, then 49, then now I'm 50. And then whenever I travel, when I will be sitting on the car for like an hour, after an hour when I get up, I my walking pattern is very bad. I could not even walk straight. Then after doing PAT and after doing the, how do you call that, the nutrition, the vitamins and everything,
Yeah.
I don't have that anymore.
Gone, huh?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just like that?
Yep.
And you said June.
June.
So that's
So the membership, I think I became a member like when you started the membership. That was like, was it in June?
yeah, about 5
Yeah.
months ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was a member because I was just dying to get something because I was tired of the medical monopoly, because it all started with my acne, and then my acne is not that bad anymore. I get like once in a while when I have my period, but for the most part I don't have it anymore because I was just done with them because they were prescribing me with antibiotics like daily, like lifetime.
What?
And my friend who was a nurse saying, "Oh no, you need to stop doing that because that will ruin your gut and everything." And I said, "Oh, so that's why I started researching, doing my own research into alternative medication." And I tried everything, detox and all those stuff, the fasting and everything. But I was just doing it on my own until I found you, and I was like, "Oh, let me try this guy," because whatever I was trying to research and everything, you are the one that actually put it all together. So I was like, "Oh, this one that you're doing definitely makes sense." because I was also doing my own personal research.
Right.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, keep up the great work. Remember, healing is a verb, so you have more healing to go.
Right. I know. I'm trying to convince my husband. So now he's doing the
Uh,
PAT with me.
Oh.
you
So we
know,
will see.
you know those men are stubborn. So
They are very, very stubborn. Well,
Well,
thank you.
thank you so much for sharing. Wow,
Yeah,
that's
thank you.
really big.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
No problem.
anyone else have a victory they want to share?
We've had a lot of comments in here, a lot of dialogue. One of our members was asking, what happens when you get to the other side? Is there a maintenance program for the peace part into the 90s beyond?
No, healing is a verb. It never stops.
Hence why it's a virtual learning membership, because we're teaching you how to recognize or trust your body's intuition, trust how you feel, and know what to do when something does go wrong. I've been doing this for over 5 years, and still sometimes something happens. It's just a part of the dance, but I know how to address it simply.
Sure. Like when I was writing this book, the Red Book, out Friday the 13th. And, Levi and Sean can attest to this. I was coming in with a brace on my hand because my hands and my wrists were hurting because I was at the computer so much. And I wasn't doing my PAT like I should because I was obsessed with writing a book. So healing is a verb. It never stops, and especially if you're over the age of 40, which I think pretty much we all are, except for these two. And the body just becomes very vulnerable after the age of 40, whether you're healthy or not. You get a little ache and pain here and there, but the important thing is that you know what to do. And when you know what to do and you have this membership, there is no fear. I didn't sit there and say, oh no, carpal tunnel, my hand. I was fine. I was fine in a few days. I just needed to do some PAT. I needed to, up my nutrition a little bit. I needed to do some things. And so when you know what to do, it's all good. You can kick out. You can kick out of the pen. Someone's trying to keep you down for 3, you kick out. So, but now that the book is done, I can get back on my PAT hardcore. Not the best example, but it's obsession is a thing.
Yeah.
That's how it gets done in a month.
We have one more comment here or question. Linda's asking, is your program helpful for healthy people for preventative self-care?
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Especially taking the nutrients. I mean,
We're calling head to toe healing a healthcare system. Think of it as your insurance policy. The insurance that you have now, you're paying premiums of anywhere probably from $500 to $1,200. And your mind wants to justify it. So sometimes you're like, I have an ache and pain. I'm going to go to my doctor because it only cost me $15. But, that's not going to lead you anywhere. With us, you can pay not even close to that amount and stay out of the medical system. Stay away from the boogeyman. Stay away from medical prison. You don't want to get stuck in medical prison. And that's a whole chapter in the Red Book as well. Medical prison is when you're on so many drugs that you're stuck. And you got to keep going back to the medical monopoly. You have to keep going back. You have no choice.
Yeah.
You're hopped up on so much pharmaceuticals. Or you got to keep getting something checked, right? You had a colonoscopy and they found a polyp. Now you got to come back every few months to find more polyps, just in case. It's a never-ending cycle.
I saw that Ken had a quick comment for us before. It is 7:01, but you know, I want to make sure everybody gets their comments and questions in. Are you able to come on, Ken?
I'm here.
Hello, hello,
There
man.
he is.
It was
Ken-
so good to meet you guys a couple of weeks ago. It was awesome.
Yeah, Ken came to
Absolutely.
visit, for those that don't know. He
Yeah,
came right in here.
absolutely.
I just, first of all, I wanted to say thanks, Doc, for being vulnerable about, not necessarily vulnerable, but being honest about your struggle a little, for a couple of days there. Struggle is not the right word, but you know what I'm saying. That means a lot, I think, to more than you know, to people, because they're like, hey, man, yeah, that dude is human. He's got the same, he's got the same things to deal with, the same hurdles and whatnot. And more importantly, or equally as important, I should say, the hope that, especially by going to the meetings and by staying connected, because our brains, especially when it comes to symptoms, will lie to us and just tell us that, you're done, and by coming here, we get hope. We get renewed hope. And just like you say, just like in AA, you got to stay with it. So for anybody who's new, your brain is going to scream at you. Just release that and keep coming back, and keep coming back and keep coming. It works if you work it. That's what we say in AA. So
Yeah.
love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you,
too,
Ken.
man. Thank
Peace
you.
and love.
Really quick, I wanted to see, before we get off, did anybody have any comments, testimonials that they wanted to tell Dr. Reese really quick?
Good.
Going once. I hear somebody. I don't know.
Alicia.
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 Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. So
Hi.
on Friday, I missed my PAT class, and I was in pain this weekend. Like I went for 15,000 step walk, and I aggravated the hip pain even worse. And then on Monday morning, I thought, should I do the class, like the replay? And so I decided to do it. And then I did Sean's funky move there. I don't know what it is. It's
Triangles.
like a triangle. And so it actually helped my pain disappear, and I was able to continue to do what I needed to do for the rest of the day. So I really appreciated that, because I cannot do the windmills, the windmills
Yeah.
like this,
Yeah.
because my spine is fused and I have no range of motion. So when I did that particular one, it actually released that pain in my hip. So I was
Wow.
able to continue.
There you go.
So even if you miss a class, the lesson is do it anyway another day.
Yeah, and this is a great sharing and a great example of healing being a verb. If you go in one direction, it gets better. If you go in the other direction, it gets worse. And so you got to keep going in the right direction.
Yeah.
That's a great example of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing, Felicia. And I'm glad it helped with your pain. That's really good to hear. Keep going. All right, everybody. It is 7:06. Dr. Reese, do you have any last comments that you want to share with us?
The Red Book, Friday the 13th. Get 5 copies each and give them to 5 friends or family members that need to wake up. This is the wake up call right here, the Red Book. Friday the 13th.
It's time. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Dr. Reese Live. We appreciate all of our members for tuning in and everybody tuning in worldwide on socials. And we'll see you guys next Tuesday.